Good morning. Gentlemen, good morning. Hello. Good morning. We are going to be looking at the Vietnam War draft. Some of you are going to be drafted to war today. The Vietnam draft, yes. Some of you will be drafted. Some of you will be lucky to avoid the draft. So we're going to be looking at how the Vietnam War draft worked by doing a couple of activities, and hopefully by the end of the class period you understand a little bit better how the Vietnam draft works. Only men were drafted. Correct. Only men were drafted, but for the sake of this lesson, we're going to pretend that women are also being drafted. Okay, so don't think that you've been saved. Yeah. Vacancies that were filled. Vacancies, so spots that were open during the time of combat, during the time of war. If there weren't enough men registered, or I'm sorry, not enough men that had volunteered to go, that had signed up for the military voluntarily, then they had to do the draft. Okay? Now, you see those charts that you have in front of you with the numbers? This is something similar to what existed during the Vietnam War era. The Vietnam War began officially in 1965, and it lasted a good 10 years. So up until 1973, so from 1965 to 1973, men were being drafted as needed. So keep in mind, though, that not everyone who was selected actually went to war. Okay? Becky?
Did they still take those men that were the only boys in the family that had to carry on the last name? Did they still take them?
The only men left in the family?
Yeah.
I believe so. Yeah. We're going to look at certain classifications that would actually defer you from participating in combat. So we're going to look at the different classifications, and you guys will actually pick a classification. What would you register under? So it is the law. It is the law for all men 18 and over to register for the selective service. So are there other people in this country that might have your same birthday? Yes, I actually know of 2 people that share the same birthday as I do. And they both live here in Somerton. Yeah. So there could be someone else in this country that shares your birthday. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Normally what would happen, everyone in the country, all men over the age of 18, in this case, all women, you guys are all 18, there would be a lottery and they would televise it. They would have it on TV, so all the people in the country could watch this lottery taking place. Except instead of winning millions of dollars, you win a chance to go to Vietnam. And free trip to Vietnam. Adaptation. Okay, so it could be something like, let's say, let's do a random generator. There's a total of 366 numbers there. Any idea why there are 366 numbers?
Days of the year.
Days of the year, including those that were born on February 29th. So even if you were born on a leap year, that's why they added the 366. So, 269. Does anyone have 269? No. Number 300. 85. Okay, because this would take too long, here's what we're going to do. The drafted students are those that have the number 182 and above. If your number is 182 or higher, I need you guys to sit on this side of the class. When's your birthday, Luis? August 20th. What is your number? 344. So all the young men over the age of 18 that were born on August 20th would have that number assigned to them. So when they had these lotteries televised, they would be watching to see if that number was called out. And not just the young men in the country, but remember, girlfriends, moms, dads, brothers, sisters, everyone. This draft affected everyone. Don't think just the young men were the only ones worried that that number is going to be chosen. And this affected entire families. Now, it wasn't like this where they did, okay, everyone above 180, everyone below 180. That's not how it worked. I'm going to show you a video that has a little bit of, kind of gives you an idea. Okay?
Selected pair of system, and we're going to ask him to choose the first. September 14th. September 14, 001.
All the young men that were born on September 14th had number 1 assigned to them for that draft. Does this remind you of anything?
No.
No?
The lottery, like the little April thing or something.
Okay, when they pick numbers for the lottery, the actual, the Arizona State Lottery, what else?
I know this game was like.
The Hunger Games.
Oh.
Yeah. The Hunger Games. More like the Hunger Games, right? Because you're winning a trip to Vietnam.
War.
Without really knowing if you're coming back or not. Kind of like the Hunger Games. What if you decided not to go? Your number has been chosen. Is there any way you can get out of this? Muhammad Ali, the boxer, yeah, boxer. He was chosen, and he said that because of religious reasons, he had converted to Islam. So he was Muslim. He said that it was against his religion, but he did face some jail time. He was arrested, yes. Sometimes, it was very difficult. And you can see on the poster in the front, I found images that kind of represented the draft. And on one side, you can see, later on when we get started with the assignment, you can go out there and see the pictures better. But some people were protesting the war, and they said, don't register. Avoid the draft at all costs. And others were willingly saying, this is my country, this is my duty, I am going to defend my country, and I'm going to do what the country asks me to do. So, just totally different views. Do you think this is a pretty fair system? No? Not fair? It's random. They're not picking everyone with the last name of Martinez.
They're logging.
Right? That wouldn't be fair. These are some of the ways in which some men avoided the draft. So take a look at the classifications. Yeah? Daniela, what about you? Pretend to be religious. Okay. Okay. So he's mentioning how they would do their physical, they would all sign up, ready to go to the military. But even then, 1, 2, 3, Marine. You guys get to go home. 1, 2, 3, Marine. 1, 2, Marine. So you get to go, Becky. See, so you guys would still, even if you were drafted or had signed up, maybe they might not even take you. So it was a gamble, in other words. So what do you think? Would you have liked to live during the Vietnam era?
No.
Yeah? Who would have just gone? Take me. Interesting. So even though these guys were drafted, they're willing. Would you have signed up and volunteered? Yes, you would have.